damage, and your body produces virus-fighting antibodies when you sleep. You need to make sure, number 8, you need to make sure you're getting some physical activity every day. So exercise supports your immune function. The blood flow increase helps expel toxic waste, and it's really just good hormonally for you to be active every day. The 9th, drinking enough water. I think we all get told this over and over and again, make sure you're having enough water. It really is imperative to your entire system to work. In order for it to work properly, you need to make sure that you have enough water. Water helps remove toxins, waste, and allows your whole system to function well. And the last one being, ta-da, the misuse of antibiotics. I know this might be shocking to some people, but when you inappropriately use antibiotics, you can develop antibiotic resistance, meaning that in the future, when you need them, they won't work as well for you, or you will need a higher dose in order for them to work. So only take antibiotics that are prescribed for you, always complete the course, and don't ever take antibiotics for viral infections. They do nothing against viruses. And it's important that we are our own voice when we visit a doctor, and we make sure that whatever we're fighting is actually a bacterial infection and not take antibiotics for no purpose. All right, so we're gonna now talk about Young Living supplements that are great for your immune system. So grab a pen, because we're gonna rip through these quite quickly to maximize our time together tonight. And as always, all of this content will be available to rewatch on the Live Your Best Life Naturally Facebook page. So if I'm going too fast for you, make sure you go back. You can always watch it again and take a look at what's going on. Okay, is everybody with me? You guys got a pen and some paper? Okay, let's talk first about key nutrients for your immune system. In order for your immune system to work, you need vitamin A, E, C, D, selenium, probiotics, and omega-3s. So I'm going to break these down. Vitamin A, D, and E help maintain the lining of your respiratory as well as your digestive tract. It acts as a barrier against infection. Vitamin D works with our T cells, which is the type of white blood cell, which is key for the immune system to fight off infection. Selenium acts as an antioxidant, which protects the body against free radicals. Okay, what's a free radical? Does anybody know? Put your hand up if you know what a free radical is and why you need antibiotics. No, not antibiotics, sorry, antioxidants. Put your hand up if you know what a free radical is and what an antioxidant is. Okay, free radicals are waste substances produced by cells as the body processes food and reacts to the environment. If your body cannot process and remove a free radical efficiently, harm to your cells and bodily functions occurs, leading to disease, which is why we love antioxidants and we want to take supplements that are chock full of them. Okay, so 4 specific supplements we're going to talk about tonight. The first one being something called Inner Defense. Inner Defense, who's familiar with this guy? Very popular for people who like to travel to Mexico and other tropical destinations to avoid getting the stomach bug or this traveler's bug or whatever you want to call it. You take this for about 5 days before you travel, and you take it every day while you're traveling. But did you know you can also take this supplement during times of need? Let's say you're fighting off a yeast infection, or let's say you just really want your immune system to have an extra boost. This is a supplement that you want to take in those times of need. So it's not a supplement that you need to be taking on a regular basis. Although if you work with, like a highly infectious area, let's say you work in a hospital or you work in a school, maybe this is a supplement that you want to take on a regular basis. So what it does is it creates an unfriendly terrain for yeast and fungus to grow. It helps promote a healthy respiratory system. It contains potent essential oils like oregano, thyme, and thieves, and it gives your body potent chemical constituents that support the immune system. You can choose to use it when you'd like to, but you want to make sure that when you are using it, you are also going to supplement your system with a probiotic, which is what we're going to talk about next. Here's what it looks like. You can see it's a liquid capsule full of those wonderful essential oils that really give yeast and fungus and bacteria kicked to the curb. So you want to take it with a good meal, because some people have reported that it gives them a bit of an upset stomach if they don't have food in their system. Some people can take it without food, but I personally like taking it with a good meal. And you want to make sure, like I said, that you incorporate a probiotic. Take 1 soft gel per day. If you're fighting something chronic, you can add more. Take it with your breakfast or your lunch, and then take your probiotic later in the day at the opposite time of day, so that you're taking both your inner defense and your probiotic, but at opposite times. Canadians, you're going to want to shop NFR for these. So what does that mean? It means that when you log into your virtual office or your wholesale account, you're going to click on the US flag, and you're going to shop through the US side of Young Living, because that's where you'll find that supplement. Okay, next up is our Life 9. Now, this is the probiotic. I just spoke about a probiotic and how important it is to have one when you're using inner defense. But honestly, you should be using a probiotic every day for proper immune function. This guy has 17 billion live cultures and 9 bacterial strains in it. It promotes healthy digestion. It promotes gut health, has a delayed release capsule. So the capsules look like this. The delayed release capsule makes sure that it opens in your intestine and not your stomach. So you actually don't want to be opening this capsule and sprinkling it over food. If you've got little kids and you want to give them something but they can't swallow this, we've got another awesome supplement called Mighty Pro. And it's literally like this little pixie stick. It tastes delicious. They love taking it, and you can give this to kids instead. Or if you yourself don't like swallowing pills, you can take this one too. So what does a probiotic do for you? It helps the lining of your intestinal walls. Okay, let me back up a bit because I skipped over something. So forgive me. I want to say in this bottle, there is a packet, a little, I don't know, it's like a little square. You want to make sure you leave that in there because it absorbs moisture and it extends the life of your supplement. Okay, it is something that needs to be refrigerated, but it is stable when it is shipping to you. So don't worry about it, the fact that it's not being refrigerated as it's being shipped. It's only once you open the bottle that you have to make sure it goes in the fridge. Take once a day apart from any other supplement. Okay, so now let's talk about how it works. Our intestines are constantly exposed to toxins and pathogens from food, ingested substances, and our gut contains immune cells, and it actually makes up a really large portion of our immune response. Did you guys know that your gut contains a big portion of your immune response? So the lining of your intestinal walls is covered in lymph nodes. These filter foreign and dangerous particles. Probiotics ensure that the immune system in our gut functions efficiently. Probiotics give your gut strength when the good bacteria in your gut has been depleted by either stress, food allergens, a bad diet, or antibiotics, like we talked about. Even if you really do need antibiotics, you want to make sure that you're rebuilding your good gut flora after being off those antibiotics, because antibiotics will kill the good and the bad guys. They don't know the difference. So you want to make sure you rebuild your gut with the good gut bacteria. Otherwise, you're prone to getting secondary infections like yeast infections. Many women complain of yeast infections after being on antibiotics. Okay, next supplement. This is my favorite supplement from Young Living, and it's the one that made the biggest difference in my life. If I had to say what's your favorite Young Living product ever, it is ImmuPro. And the reason I like this so much, can you see it? Because it helps me sleep. And when mama don't sleep, mama is not a happy camper. Anybody relate to that? I need my sleep in order to function properly. So one thing that is critically important to your immune system is sleep. ImmuPro has melatonin. Melatonin is very good at helping to provide the hormone that you need to sleep, but it also has some pronounced effects on your immune system to regulate your immune response. Did you know that? This supplement also has chelated minerals, including zinc, selenium, and copper. Who's heard about zinc recently? Zinc is like, everybody's talking about how important zinc is. So good to know ImmuPro has zinc in it. It also has very powerful mushrooms. Who would have thought? These mushrooms are the secret powerhouses in ImmuPro. They are immune system boosters. The immune system does a lot of repair work as you sleep, so you want to make sure that you are getting a good night's sleep. ImmuPro is a chewable supplement. You can see this here. It's chewable. You can swallow it whole if you would prefer, if you don't like a chewable supplement. You take it before bed. You can split these in half, in fourths, in eighths, if you want to for yourself, if you find one is too much. I take a full one. I split it into eighths for my smaller kids. And then for my, teenagers, I do about half or 3/4. And I use these for my kids when I need them to go to bed earlier, because we've got to get up earlier and I got to get their bodies to relax faster. Or when we're traveling and I just want their immune system to have a good boost and I want them to be able to sleep really well. So Canadians, you're going to shop in the NFR market for this, meaning you're going to click on the US flag, and that's where you'll find this supplement. I always get these with my Essential Rewards points. So if you are on our monthly shopping program, use your points towards the US products. It's a fantastic way to use up your points. And of course, if you guys don't know what that means, your ER points are like free money. So you can use them towards free product. Okay, last but not least that I'm going to talk about tonight for supplements is this guy called Master Formula. So this is enough for a month. It is a food-based nutriment and minerals and vitamin supplement. So if you don't have adequate vitamins and minerals in your body cannot function properly, including your immune system. So if you're not even giving your body the basic tools, you can forget about it trying to do all the things, okay? So Master Formula contains a food-based nutriment, which means it uses whole foods. It comes in handy daily sachets, which make it really easy to carry around and pack. You guys see that? How easy that is? You can throw that in your purse or your lunch. Just makes it really simple. As you can see on the back here, you just open it up and you grab, I just threw a couple on my keyboard. So you just grab a couple, or no, you grab one per day is how many you take. Okay, so it also contains prebiotics, and prebiotics are food that feeds your system in order to prime it for the nutrition that you're going to give it. So it's really cool. It gives you what your body needs in order for you to absorb the minerals and the vitamins and the nutrition from the supplement, as well as ingredients that neutralize free radicals. Remember, free radicals are those bad guys that we shut them up. So this makes Master Formula very different from store-bought supplements. All right, because your store-bought supplements are not going to have prebiotics in it, and they're not going to have food-based nutrition. All right, it contains 4 pills in that convenient sachet. And the reason that they split it up this way is because they take chemically similar structured ingredients and put them together. That way, your body recognizes it easier and is able to assume it into your system. The liquid capsule has all of your fat-soluble vitamins. It also has an essential oil blend of turmeric, cardamom, clove, and ginger. Who's heard about turmeric? Turmeric is really, it's all the rage. Everybody talks about turmeric. It's really popular. Do you guys know why? It's because it has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties in it. It reduces inflammation without any side effects. And like we said earlier, you want acute inflammation when you have when you break your leg or something like that, because inflammation can be good. However, if you have long-term inflammation, it can lead to major problems in the future. Like chronic inflammation, your body will start attacking its own tissues, and that's when you start getting chronic disease. So you want to make sure that you don't have a lot of inflammation going on in your system at any given time, unless of course you've had like a car accident or something. That is okay. But we're talking about the long-lasting inflammation and why we want to make sure we're taking supplements that have anti-inflammatory properties to them. Okay, next one next capsule has all of your water-soluble vitamins. And then we have another capsule that contains your algae as well as phytonutrients and bioflavonoids. And the last one contains your vitamin C, calcium, and a fruit and vegetable whole food supplement blend. Now, I would love to break down what all of those things do for you guys, but it would take us another hour to do that. So wish I had time to go in depth, but I recommend you actually look up Master Formula online, take a look at it in more depth, read up on the ingredients in it, and you'll find that every ingredient in this supplement has been researched, has been sourced very, very carefully, and is different from most of the ingredients on the market. And they really keep absorption in mind when they're deciding on what kind of ingredients to put in here. Because let's face it, if you're taking this and it's just going down the drain, literally, when you go to the bathroom, then there's no point taking a supplement. So I don't mind paying more money for a high quality supplement that I know is actually going to do something for my body versus a cheap supplement that's just going to go right through me. All right, so that's it for tonight. I hope you guys learned something new. Janelle's figuring out how to unmute herself. Janelle, you're muted. There you go.
There we go. Awesome. Okay, so let's hear from Justine. She's going to share with us a little testimony about how supplements have helped her. I was trying to find Justine in the gallery view.
Let me introduce Jen. Yeah. Okay, so before Jen speaks, let me introduce her. Jen is a mom of 5 boys. She lives on an acreage with their own little petting zoo that includes goats, sheep, chickens, cats, a miniature horse, and of course her dog. She enjoys being outside and keeps busy with outdoor activities, and she's actually been a Young Living member for 6 years. She started the same month that I started. She's been with us since the beginning, and the supplements and the products have done amazing things for her life. So she's here to share with us a testimony. Go ahead, Justine. Welcome.
Thanks, Crystal. Thanks, Janelle. So giving a little bit of background, when I was younger, I was always sick. Like, we're 6 kids in my family, so I have 5 siblings, and it was always me that was sick first, and I was sick like every second month. Like, it was really often, and it would last for like a week or 2, and it, like, my dad would say, oh, like, I'm the sick one of the family kind of thing, and I had pneumonia multiple times. Anyways, so yeah, I was known just to be sick all the time, and then I was introduced to Young Living. And then Carla Green did a presentation in Bonnieville, and there she had talked about the supplements and the thing that stood out was that when she talked about the 4 pillars, and I believe the 4 pillars is the Ningxia red juice, Life 9 omega gives, and essential enzymes, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, I told myself I was already taking the Ningxia red juice, but not all the time, just whenever I felt like I needed it. And then I was like, well, I need to take another supplement. After hearing her presentation, I'm like, I'm always sick. I need to pick one. And I only picked Life 9 just because it was simple. It was like, take 1 capsule at bedtime. I'm like, I can handle that. I like taking 3 during the day and after the meals and stuff like that. I was like, no, start simple. Start with Life 9. What the heck? Anyways, and so I remember taking it my first time in the month of December, and every December I get sick. It was like, I get sick for sure around Christmas time, guarantee. And so I said to myself, I'll take Life 9 through the month of December. Well, it was the first time in like forever I didn't get sick. I was just like, whoa, cloud 9. I was not sick in the month of December. And then I was like, January came along, and I was just like, I don't need Life 9. I'm feeling good. So I didn't take it. I didn't take Life 9, and I got sick. And then my parents were like, what the heck? Like, you weren't sick in December. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's because I'm taking Life 9. And they're like, wow, maybe you should take it again. And I was like, oh, man, I have to go back on Life 9 and see how my February is going to go. And sure enough, in February, I took my Life 9. I didn't get sick. And then February, March was good. Like, April, I was like, didn't get sick. And I'm like, man, I'm hooked. I've been using Life 9 ever since then. So I asked Crystal when Carla Green did her presentation, and we figured between 2015 2016. So I've been taking Life 9 since then, and I feel so much better since taking Life 9. It's been a big change for me. And like now, this last year or so, I've been taking it like every second day, just because I've been taking multigreens and Super B's, like other supplements. But I always tell myself I can't go without Life 9. It's like, yeah, Life 9 was for me a black and white difference in my life, and it's helped me so much. Like, yeah, it's been awesome. So that's my testimony.
Thank you, Justine, for sharing that with me. When Janelle and I were deciding who should we ask to give a testimony, I was like, oh my goodness, Justine. She was always sick, and then she wasn't sick anymore. And I remember, just being your friend and you always being struggling with your health. And so it was such an awesome thing to see you able to get the help that you needed.
Yeah.
Yay. So thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah. You're welcome. But yeah, Life 9, I'm like all the way. So
there it is, guys. Make sure you're on a good probiotic, Life 9 being one of the best on the markets. And of course, Young Living. Good stuff. Okay, so somebody just asked, when do we take these supplements that I just spoke about? So I'm just going to review that real quick, but we will be posting the info on the Live Your Best Life Naturally Facebook page. The Inner Defense and the Master Formula, these you want to take with a meal. So just pick a meal and take it. You want to take your Life 9 at the opposite time of day as your Inner Defense. Doesn't really matter when. The bottle does say take before bed, or it used to. But really, you can, I was reading up on it, and they've basically said just get it in your system. But take it at the opposite time of day as your Inner Defense, okay? And your ImmuPro, you want to take this before bed because it puts you to sleep. It doesn't make sense to take it any other time unless you want to have a nap in the middle of the day or something, okay? All right, so next up, we've got another amazing speaker. I've known Janelle since her days touring as a Christian pop star. She went from a singer to an essential oil slinger. And we became best life besties, sharing our love for all things natural and good. Our kids are amazing friends, and we enjoy doing this business and just life together. And so give it up for Janelle. She's going to share some awesome tips with you guys.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. So good to be with you here tonight. All 117 of you. Woo woo. So awesome. So Crystal talked about supplements that boost your immune system. And now I want to talk about oils specifically that boost your immune system. Now I'm going to talk, I would love to talk about all the oils, but we would be here till, forever. So let's not. However, I'm going to talk about lemon. I'm going to talk about thieves, RC, and an oil called ImmuPower, that I just am out of and is coming on my order. So I'm super pumped to be able to share that with you. So let's get right into it. I am going to be taking a lot of my information from some very special books. So I'm going to show you what those are. You can see these. So many of you are probably familiar with the essential oil desk reference. That's like, we call it like the essential oil Bible. It's like a big, thick book this big. You can order it from Life Science Publishers. That's at www.discoverlsp.ca if you're in Canada, or .com if you're in the US. And you can purchase that essential oil desk reference from that book. From that company. But these books were actually gifted to me. They periodically go on sale through Life Science, but they're actually special editions, and they are kind of like old school, tell you all the things before the government told you you couldn't. And so I'm going to hop in and tell you about lemon essential oil. So I'm reading. This is story time with Janelle, okay? Lemon has antiseptic-like properties and contains compounds that have been studied for their effects on the immune function. According to Jean Vallet, who is an MD, the vaporized essence of lemon can kill the meningococcus bacteria in 15 minutes. So that's meningitis, okay? The typhoid bacilli in 1 hour, so that's typhoid fever in 1 hour. The Staphylococcus aureus, that's staph infections, in 2 hours, and the pneumococcus bacteria, which is pneumonia, within 3 hours. Even a 0.2% solution of lemon oil can kill diphtheria bacteria in 20 minutes and inactivate tuberculosis bacteria. Lemon oil has been widely used in skincare to cleanse the skin and reduce wrinkles. I don't know about you, but that was just like mic drop. Seriously. So lemon oil is super, super, super powerful. It seems fairly basic. You're like, lemon, really? However, what people don't realize is lemon essential oil is pressed from the rind. Okay, it's not like the juice squeezed from the flesh or anything like that. It's pressed from the rind, and it takes 3,000 lemons to make 1 kilo of essential oil. That's a lot of lemons, people. And so this is a highly concentrated substance, and its antiseptic, antibacterial, and antiviral capabilities are very, very powerful. And we're going to be hearing about my friend and cousin-in-law in just a little bit about her story with her little girl and lemon. So stay tuned for that. One thing that's really cool about lemon is it actually helps to promote white blood cell count and is helpful in microcirculation. So all your little veins that need all the help they can get, lemon is awesome for that. Lemon is also an amazing detoxifier. So I like to put a few drops in my water bottles. This is what I do. I save my Ningxia bottles and I fill them up with water and I put lemon inside of it. Lemon can support weight loss. So what happens is your body takes in toxins all the time, and toxins are foreign substances to your body. And so it says, we don't want it floating around in our bloodstream. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a fat cell to encapsulate that toxin. So we got this toxin going on, and the fat cell goes, oh, we don't want it there. Let's just save it from getting the bloodstream poisoned. So we're going to encapsulate it, and then we're going to just store it. So it ends up on your hips, and it ends up in your belly, and it ends up on all the places we don't want it to be. And so sometimes some of the weight you carry is actually toxins. So you put some lemon. We have lemon comes in the plus for food flavoring as well. So you put your lemon inside your water, and the lemon, what happens is it breaks down these toxins so that your body can flush them out. And then the fat says, I don't have a job no more. And whoosh, it goes too. Hooray! Yeah, y'all are saying, can I get that in a 5-gallon pail? I know, I felt the same way. But, so that's a really, really cool thing that lemon does. Okay, next is RC. So both RC and lemon are registered with Health Canada as NHPs. That's called a natural health product. Now, I quote from the website, for those of you that don't know why it's called a natural health product. Natural health products are naturally occurring substances that are used to restore or maintain good health. They are often made from plants, but can also be made from animals, microorganisms, and marine sources. They come in a wide variety of forms like tablets, capsules, tinctures, solutions, creams, ointments, and drops. So that's from the NHP website. And we have a little friend. Hi, Johnny. So we're on our way to talk about thieves. So thieves is one you've probably heard about. Okay, right here. And thieves, the name sometimes throws people off. They're like, why is it called thieves? Well, in the 15th century, the Great Plague ravaged Europe and thousands of people were dying all over the place. But there was this group of men that started stealing from among the dead. And so the king's guards caught them and said, hey, you can't be stealing. And then they realized, wait a second, you're stealing, so that means you're not dead. So they brought they brought the thieves in front of the king, and they said, listen, oh no, I was talking about RC, wasn't I? Sorry. We're going to thieves now because I'm right in the middle of the story. Thieves, Johnny threw me off there. I apologize. So they brought the guards in front of the king, and the king said, I see that you're not dying with everybody, so you must have a secret. If you tell me, I'll leave you off the hook. So they gave the recipe to the king, and the recipe is still alive today. And it is lemon, rosemary, eucalyptus, and cinnamon bark and clove. Now that recipe is very, very effective in making sure that you don't catch the coughs and the colds and the airborne bacteria and viruses that are all over the place all the time. So what we like to do with thieves is put it on the bottom of our feet and put it in our diffusers to diffuse in the air, because it's particularly effective against airborne diseases, okay? This is a really cool one too. If you have a headache, you can put a drop of thieves oil on your tongue and push your tongue to the roof of your mouth and just hold it there. And a lot of people actually get relief using that. Now, the thieves is particularly good against sinusitis and bronchitis as well. So if you have a sore throat, you can put a couple of drops of thieves with some lemon and some honey, and just put it in some warm water. We don't want completely like boiling water, because you will probably compromise the constituents inside the essential oils. If it's too hot, burn them off. You don't want to do that. So just like warm water, and you can make yourself like a thieves tea, and it's excellent for for colds and bronchitis and sinusitis and that sort of a thing. Okay, going back to the oil RC. So RC stands for respiratory congestion or respiratory care, okay? Now, RC is one of the oils that completely hooked me on essential oils, because when my sister-in-law put RC and purification and thieves on our son who was struggling to breathe one night, within a half an hour, he fell back asleep in my arms. And RC is the oil that got him off his asthma puffers. He wasn't officially declared asthmatic, but he was on the same puffers asthmatics use. And so RC is what got him off of that. And what I would do is diffuse it at night, all through the night in the diffuser for him. We'd put it on his feet, and I would also dilute it a little bit with olive oil and put it on his chest. It's a little bit of a spicy oil, so for small children, directly putting it on the chest is a bit much. But what you can do with RC too is just do like a vapor tent. I remember my grandma like suggesting this when we had colds too. So what you can do is basically just put a few drops of the RC oil inside your water bowl and make sure it's boiling water. And then you just like grab like a blanket or like a towel or something and just put it over your head and just breathe in deeply. So RC is really, really great for that. What I like to do as well is rotate. So let's say like we have like the colds running through, like a kid's got a cold or something like that. I would alternate using RC one day and thieves the next day. Or if I'm doing like a feet application on the kids, one in the morning, one at night, I do like RC in the morning and thieves at night. So thieves and RC work really, really well together that way. So go ahead and alternate those, because sometimes your body will utilize one better than the other. Oh, and I have another buddy. Say hi. Hi. This is Justin. Okay. Boy, I have all the friends tonight. Not sure what my bigs are doing that are supposed to be babysitting, but that's okay. We'll just bring them on in. So the last one I want to talk about is called H.O.P.E. Now, Crystal just talked about H.O.P.E Pro, which is a supplement. H.O.P.E is the oil, okay?
Hi, Mama.
Hi, Mame. Mame is not on this phone call, darling, but, or she might be actually. But H.O.P.E, if you've never heard of it, it's like thieves on steroids. So you thought thieves was good, then you really got to discover H.O.P.E. And what I like to do is I just take like an old bottle of whatever. So usually I take an empty of H.O.P.E and I dump half of it out into the other empty H.O.P.E so that it's like I have like two halves. And then I use olive oil and like extra virgin olive oil or V6, which is what Young Living sells. And I'll go ahead and fill those two up and put a roller ball on it. And then I rub it up and down the spine of my kids. Oh my. Can you not play right now? Thank you, because I'm on a call. And so, give me a second. You can sit with me, but you have to sit quiet, okay? Okay, and so Imu Power talks about or has a whole bunch of really great oils in it, like hyssop, mountain savory, cistus, ravensara, frankincense, oregano, clove, cumin, Idaho tansy. Now, Imu Power is really, really high in antioxidants as well, which is why it's super powerful against cough and colds. Now, Imu Power, you're going to have to get from the NFR market. So if you're Canadian, you have to order it from the US, okay? And then, of course, if you're from the US, you can get it directly in your market, but it's very, very powerful. So those are the oils that I would highly recommend. Again, the lemon, the Thieves, and the RC are all available in the premium starter kit. So if you're new to essential oils, those 3 come in the kit. And that alone, in my world, is like worth the price of the kit easily. Imu Power is an oil that is not in the kit, but again, totally worthwhile trying to get, and get it with your points if you're part of Essential Rewards. It's an awesome, awesome oil to try. All right, so now I would like to introduce you to my cousin and my friend, Sarah Letourneau. Her and her husband, who's my cousin, Devin, they traveled to Europe with their little girl, and they had an amazing oily, I guess, protocol that they used on their little girl that I would like her to share with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to Sarah. Now let's see if I can find her in all these people to give her the spotlight.
Hello.
Where are you, my friend? There you are. Okay, spotlight to Sarah.
Okay. Hi. Yeah, so like Janelle said, me and my husband, we went to Europe when our daughter was 7 months old. So from 7 to 9 months, we traveled all across Europe. And this was pretty much all I brought with me for oils because we were limited. And I like doctored it myself, but I had lemon, lavender, Thieves, like my favorites, just tucked away in here. And I remember we were traveling and Linnea started to get sick. And we were not like touristy traveling. We were like little teeny towns where there's no shops, where people speak English and they don't understand what you're saying in a pharmacy. And I just messaged Janelle and I was like, these are the only oils I have. Linnea is sick. I need help. And she told me, like, just mix lemon and lavender neat and stick it on her. And because she was little. So we did that and she was better in 3 days. And then after we came home, I started making roller balls with Thieves and lemon, and then I put carrier oil. I like wish I could tell you exactly how much, but it's not really a science in my household. It's like I put equal amounts and then I put in grapeseed oil as a carrier. And every night before she goes to bed, we like roll it all over her chest and on her feet. She never gets sick. And she's going to be 3 in September. And I'm a teacher. And she goes to a day home. So she is like inundated with germs all the time. Yeah, so.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Sarah. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm always so amazed at people's, just their stories, to hear how oils have helped them, because we all have our own stories, but it's always so edifying to hear other people's stories. So that is awesome. Okay, so that wraps up this portion of our talk and our education here tonight. So I just want to remind you that I'm just going to share my screen here quickly. If you're not part of our Facebook group yet, please join us. We are having so much fun in there. Oh my goodness, we got giveaways going on, and it's just such a great place to learn together. And it's full of just fantastic people. So you got to be in there if you're not already. Just search in your Facebook on top search bar, Your Best Life Naturally, and join us. Next class. So a lot of you actually ran a poll in the Facebook group asking what you would like to learn about. And the number 2 thing was how to grow a young living business. Now, a lot of people are like, I've tried and it didn't work, or I don't know where to start. There's both ends of the spectrum. But both Crystal and I, when we were coming together and we're trying to decide what classes to offer, we said, you know what? Let's just share with people about how we got started, or just making our first $200. Because for me, that was we are going to have this class, and it's going to be called "Would an Extra $200 Help?" Learn the 3 easy steps to get it in less than 5 days. And we are actually going to have a guest speaker, and I'm not going to tell you who it is, but little teaser. He's an expert in development of multi-income strategies for individuals and companies alike. He has consulted and advised numerous multi-million-dollar companies, reviewed hundreds of business deals and opportunities, and he thinks that Young Living is one of the best income-producing opportunities there is in this season of life, the way the world is. So it's going to be awesome to be able to learn from him. I know that you guys are going to really enjoy it, and both Crystal and I are going to share our thoughts as well. So we hope to see you on that class. And then the one after that is June 8th, and it's going to be called Diffuse the Stress of Home/Crisis Schooling. So this one is, I mean, if you don't homeschool and you're not at home with kids because your kids have flown the coop already, this is still going to be a great class, because we're going to be talking about specifically about anxiety and the body's response to stress, and how some Young Living supplements are particularly created for this. And oils can really, really help. And we're going to talk about the science behind it, as well as the practical application of that type of thing. So we look forward to having you back on the next couple of weeks. Now, Crystal, it's time for the draw.
No, before I do the draw, there was a lot of interference when you were talking about who our next speaker will be.
Okay.
Somebody's kid must have gotten on the mic or something, which is fine. But if you could just quickly give us a review of who's coming on and why we want to tune in.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So you want to tune in because, oh, and look, I have a little interrupter too. Where are your boots? Go ask Daddy. Yes, go ask Daddy. It's got cute toes though, right? So the person that is coming on, he's going to be our guest speaker. He's an expert in development of multi-income strategies for individuals and companies alike. He has consulted and advised numerous multi-million-dollar companies, and he has reviewed hundreds of business deals and opportunities, and he thinks that Young Living is one of the best income-producing opportunities for this state of the world as we speak, and he's going to be sharing his thoughts on that.
I think we lost her. Janelle, you went away. You guys, we're having all kinds of issues tonight. Okay, so we heard you begin, but then you blanked.
I'm not sure why. I apologize.
Okay, some of you saw it. Anyway, we have an expert coming. He's going to talk about having multiple sources of income and why that's so important. What else? He leads the industry. He is consulted by other people. He's worked with top level leaders around the world. And so we're super stoked next week to talk about how you can make some income with Young Living as a side stream of income, whether you want to go full in or you want to make enough to pay a car payment or something. We all know that the more streams of income we have these days, the better, because of what's going on in our economy. A lot of people are really hurting, and a lot of people need to figure out a way to make some money from home. So we want to share our top tips, and we want to bring this expert in to share with you guys why it's so important. And also, just so you know, Janelle and I have been with Young Living. I've been here for 6 years. She's been here for, I don't know how many years. Sorry, Janelle, maybe 1 or 2, 5 years. Okay. And this has been, for myself, my mainstream of income now for 5 of those years. So our family lives month to month with this income. It's enough to always provide. And Janelle's family is able to live off of her income as well. So it is a fantastic means of making money. All right. Okay. So before we go, we want to do a little giveaway because we said that every time we meet, we want to just be thankful for you people and give something fun to you. So today we're going to be giving away 2 essential oils and a rolling pin, as well as a recipe card. And the oils that we're giving are oregano and rosemary. So you can make some awesome sauces with these. You can make a herb bread. You can use these for roasting meat. These are very versatile oils. Did you guys know you can use oils in your kitchen? I know a lot of people don't realize that. These are called the Plus line, and they are actually labeled for food flavoring. Now, you can get oregano in the regular labeling, or you can get it in the plus oil labeling. But regardless of which one you buy, it is the exact same oil on the inside. Okay, that's important for people to know. This one's labeled for aromatic and topical use. This one's labeled for food flavoring, exact same oil. All right, but we're gonna give you the food flavoring oils, a couple of them, the rolling pin and the recipe card. And our winner is, we pre-selected before tonight, and our winner is Lorraine Van Hees. Congratulations, Lorraine. Are you on the call? If you are, drop a comment in the chat box or unmute your mic and come on in. Let us know that you're here. Does anybody see her? Yes,
Yep,
she's
I'm
here.
Thanks.
Yay!
Congratulations. Thank you, Lorraine, for
Thank
hopping
you.
on
Awesome.
wellness with so many people.
Fantastic. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And we will see you next week, same time, same place. You will get an invitation for an Eventbrite ticket, because if you don't have an Eventbrite ticket, there's no way for us to take attendance and pick a draw winner. So you want a ticket ahead of time. And then, of course, the same deal, we'll send you the Zoom link, and we hope to see you again on Monday. And make sure to, if you know of anybody that's looking for an extra stream of income and wants to learn how to do it quick and effectively, invite them in. We would love to have them join us next week. All right, bye for now.
Blessings. Good evening, everybody. Bye.
Bye.